Today, the STEM 9 is doing a challenge on crashworthiness, survivability.
The scenario was that there was a soldier in Afghanistan and he needed energy, so they were going to send Red Bull over.
That was just the basis of what they had to do, but we had specifications. It had to be a certain size to fit on a ship, for example, like an F-18. It had to weigh only a certain amount. It had to be accessible. It had to do a lot of different things, and we laid those out for them in a specification, which they had to read.
Any kind of practical application is definitely a plus because you can learn something in a textbook, but this is the application of it.
We had to think of like how much each material weighed because we did have a weight restriction of 4 pounds, and if we did go over that, we would have failed.
The whole time we treat them like our peers. We give them a design review, we give them lectures, we have feedback sessions to kind of coach them through the systems engineering process, and it all culminates in, okay, did you do it or not? And that's really what happens that day of chaos when we do the competition.
You guys are going to load your batteries and your Red Bull can.
First thing we did was they tell them to turn their engine on, and it heats up for 5 minutes, and that's to see if it'll start burning the rest of their vehicle. And then they go to the vulnerability test, which is the most exciting. Everybody likes to watch that, where we slide the projectile down and try to puncture their cargo area, and ultimately we try to puncture a hole in the can that's inside.
I think we did really good. Our Red Bull can, when they shot the projectile, it didn't even go through.
It was pretty good. But then we had the penetration. They just found the one spot that we just failed at, and it kind of punctured the can, and that didn't work out.
And the third test is a crashworthy. Okay, how crashworthy can you save your cargo? So we dropped their project from the top of an 8-foot step ladder, which is a hard landing for an aircraft, F-18s kind of thing.
I have a brother about the same age back home, so it's a lot of fun to see these kids and how they think about engineering, just approaching the entire problem and getting to a solution that actually works for them.
This project was actually it was kind of hard because we had to think of a really good design, but it was really fun building it, and it was really fun seeing it being tested.
With the hands-on activities, it's a lot better because you get to learn faster, and it's just more interesting to do. You're just not there sitting on a desk. It's one of the classes where you're looking forward to go to every day.
It's good to see the light bulbs go on young kids in an age where they can have a big difference on what they do.